The International Olympic Committee held an online executive board press conference to provide updates on President Kirsty Coventry's discussions and workshops since she officially took office on Monday. The new chief said she will visit China during the 15th National Games in November and told Sportscene's Mandan more about her efforts to engage the younger generation with the Olympic movement.
What is your top priority to keep the Olympics relevant in this new era as we're living in a fastly changing world with climate change and shifting youth interests? And my second question is further on the youth interests. With the coming Olympics and the esports Olympics coming up, how will you further engage the young generation with the Olympic movement as esports and TikTok now dominate the youth culture?
Thank you for both of those questions. I think actually your second question even helped answer the first question. When you're looking at esports and TikTok, it's a very young, youthful parts of our communities that are taking part in both TikTok and esports. And as the Olympic movement, we have recognized that we need to not just have a space in these environments, but we need to fully understand the environments, because the way in which we engage with the youth on those platforms is very different to how we would engage on a Facebook or on X or in an email or on WhatsApp. I was talking to my niece and nephew the other day, and their WhatsApps were basically LOL something something, and I had to decipher it because everything had been shortened. So again, how we communicate, I think that is at the end of the day what we as a membership need to look at and speak about is how are we going to communicate to the younger generation? What does that look like? It's very different in today's world with the things that are popular with them. But there is a lot more understanding that we've also realized amongst the membership, because a lot of us have young children, and we can get to hear from them daily on what their expectations of us, our movement, are, and we need to leverage off of that. We know that we have to find new innovative ways, and I think this is also where we can leverage our AI and the AI agenda that was I think launched last year, if I'm not mistaken, last year. But there's a lot of really good ideas in the AI agenda on how to engage and what that looks like and how we can do that across many different regions of the globe, because that's also really important when it comes to universality and speaking to everybody. And in terms of AI and technology, you can now adapt to take into account the cultural differences when we're communicating to all 206 National Olympic Committees and athletes around the world. So these are the platforms that I hope we're going to be, not hope, but I know that we will be implementing and we will be using to have better engagement with the younger generation as we move forward as an Olympic movement.